As the Minnesota Vikings are starting to make some moves, clear up some cap space as free agency is upon us, we're starting to get some clarity on decisions with the Vikings' 3 restricted free agents: running back Mike Boone, wide receiver Chad Beebe, and defensive end Afadia Odenigbo. Courtney Cronin, ESPN, tweeted out a couple Vikings RFA notes. Running back Mike Boone isn't likely to get tendered, would thus hit free agency. Minnesota wants to keep Chad Beebe in the fold, but doesn't plan to tender him. Lowest is 2.133, right of first refusal. Goessling, Strib piled on. Vikings definitely won't tender Beebe and might not with their other RFAs as they use their cap dollars in pursuit of a couple bigger fish. The RFA tenders for this year were, like Cronin mentioned, 2.133 for the bottom. Second rounder, no one is going to get that, but 3.3 and change, blah, blah, blah. The Vikings currently have $12.2 million in cap space after the Anthony Barr restructure. So if they brought all 3 of those guys back at the lowest level, that would eat up about half of that. It's probably not going to happen. But as Goessling alluded to, the Vikings cannot tender a player and then potentially bring them back cheaper, around $1 million or less at the league minimum, depending on how many years that they have served. Mike Boone, really nice running back 3. I think he's underrated as a special teamer as well. Career 5.3 yards per carry as well as 4 touchdowns with the Vikings. But he wants to find greener pastures, and I feel like the Vikings have underutilized him, but it's hard to do when you're stuck behind Dalvin frickin' Cook and Alexander Madison. So if he can go somewhere where he can get into the mix as a running back 2, I think that'd be a really smart move for him. And Chad Beebe, solid wide receiver 3 when he's healthy, but injuries are still a major concern. But 20 catches, 201 yards, and 2 touchdowns last year on 30 targets. Came up clutch on third down, but can he stay healthy? I don't think that he is worth the $2.133 million, but if he can get him back on a league minimum deal with nothing guaranteed, and get him on the 90-man roster, but he's not guaranteed a spot. He's still addressed wide receiver in free agency in the draft. Sure, all for that. And TBD on Afadi. Again, I would like to have him back, even though hashtag fool's gold, 44 pressures and 3.5 sacks last year, even though he had a massive opportunity. And re-signing of a Steve Weatherly potentially makes his role redundant, so the Vikings could let him go. Plus the whole, he's in Arizona, run it back. We'll see what happens there. But yeah, it wouldn't shock me if the Vikings go 0 for 3 on tendering their 3 RFAs, and I'm fine with that. Plus, if they bring back Chad Beebe cheap, sure. Same thing with Afadi. I think Mike Boone is going to be better served going somewhere else, even though I'm a big fan of Mike Boone. But for his career, if he can find another team where he can be that dude or at least a running back 2, I think that'd be great for him. I think he's greatly underrated. So if Boone leaves, maybe the Vikings go running back a little bit earlier than you would think in the draft. They didn't select a running back last year, even though they had 15 friggin' picks. Or veteran Amir Abdullah could be back like he was last year on a league minimum deal. So we'll see. We'll see. Lots of things going on. It's a fun time of year. Let's get this thing going. Your thoughts? Vikings probably aren't going to RFA tender Boone, Beebe, TBD, and Afadi. Let us know in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support that work post on the Venmo. But until next time, Skol, production value.